Ever feel like your brain's a web browser? Like
Ugh.
with 20 tabs open and all those videos playing at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
That's stress, right? But what if you could just hit close all tabs? Well, that's kind of what we're doing in this deep dive, figuring out how to really recognize when you're stressed, finding ways to cope that actually work for you, and building up that mental muscle we call resilience. I'm Terry, your guide to less stress.
And I'm Sherry.
More awesome.
I'm kind of your reality check, but in a fun way.
Ah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And hey, while we're talking about fun, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. We love hearing from you guys.
And if you want to help us keep making these deep dives, you can buy us a coffee.
Yeah.
It's buymeacoffee.com/Jamie McAllister.
Now, a quick disclaimer before we dive in. This is all based on our personal experiences and research.
Right.
But it's not a substitute for professional advice.
Definitely not.
If you're really struggling, please reach out to a qualified healthcare provider.
Okay, so we talk about stress all the time.
All the time.
But do we actually know what it is?
That's such a good point. It's like, we know it's bad.
Right.
But like, what is it actually doing to us?
Yeah.
One of the sources I was reading describes stress as our body's like natural alarm system.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. It's there to protect us from danger.
Right.
You know, like if you almost stepped on a rattlesnake and your heart like jumps out of your chest.
Oh, been there. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Our lives these days are full of rattlesnakes.
True.
Deadlines, traffic, that email inbox that never ends.
Oh, I know it. It's like our alarm system is always going off, even when there's no real danger.
Yeah.
And that's when it becomes a problem.
Okay, so how do we know when our alarm's gone haywire? What are the signs that we're actually stressed?
One source broke it down into two main things: physical signs and emotional signs.
Okay, so let's start with the physical. What kind of things should we be looking for?
It's really like your body's trying to tell you something. You know, things like headaches, muscle tension, fatigue, you know, when your shoulders are basically up by your ear.
Oh, yeah, or that clenched jaw that could crack walnuts.
Exactly. Or you start having sleep problems.
Yeah.
You know, you can't sleep. Or you have those crazy vivid dreams because of stress.
I once dreamt I was being chased by a giant talking coffee cup, no joke.
See, stress dreams. And then there's the emotional signs.
Right.
It's all about those feelings that start to creep in. Irritability, anxiety, just feeling overwhelmed.
Like when you snap at the toaster for not toasting your bagel fast enough?
Yes. Or you're constantly on edge.
Like a squirrel trying to cross a busy highway.
Exactly.
But you know what's interesting? We all experience stress differently.
Oh, absolutely.
What stresses me out might not even bother you at all.
It's like we all have different alarm systems, different sensitivities.
One source I read called it our personal stress fingerprint.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. So really that first step to quieting the mental chaos is figuring out your own stress signals.
Exactly. It's about knowing how stress shows up in your body and mind.
Right.
That's how you can start to manage it.
Makes sense. So we know how to spot those stress signals, like we've got our mental smoke detectors all set up.
Right.
But what happens when that alarm starts blaring? What do we do?
Well, the good news is we don't have to just stand there and panic.
Right.
The sources we found have a ton of different coping strategies.
Hit me with them. I need to upgrade my emotional toolkit.
Okay, well, first, let's talk about moving your body.
Okay.
One study showed that even 10 minutes of walking can really lower those stress hormones.
So like put on your headphones, channel your inner Rocky, and power walk the stress away.
Much. It's all about changing how your body feels.
Okay.
And if walking's not your thing, any kind of movement can help.
Yeah.
Dancing, yoga, even just stretching at your desk.
I've heard yoga can be super calming.
Yeah.
What's the science behind that?
Well, yoga combines physical poses with deep breathing. And that breathing actually activates our parasympathetic nervous system.
Or what?
It's the system that controls our rest and digest response.
Oh, okay. So it's like telling our body to chill out.
Exactly. And speaking of chilling out, let's talk about mindfulness. Have you ever tried meditation?
I have, but my mind just wanders off.
Yeah, it's like a puppy chasing butterflies.
Exactly. Any tips?
Well, the key is to just be curious about it, not judge yourself.
Okay.
One source said to just focus on your breath. Feel your chest rising and falling, the air going in and out.
So it's not about like clearing your mind completely.
No.
It's more about bringing your attention back to the present moment.
Right. Even a few minutes each day can make a difference.
I'm already feeling calmer. But sometimes breathing exercises aren't enough for those really tough things.
Yeah, you're right.
What about those times?
Well, that's where talking to someone comes in.
Okay.
Someone you trust, like a friend, family member, or a therapist.
Yeah.
It can help you process those big emotions and see things differently.
It's like having a sounding board for your thoughts and feelings.
Exactly. And sometimes just saying things out loud makes them feel less heavy.
That's true.
There's actually research that shows that social support can protect you from the bad effects of stress.
So venting to your best friend is good for you. Science says so.
Uh-huh, pretty much. But what if it's something specific, like stress at work?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Well, one source talked about setting boundaries at work,
Yeah.
learning to say no to extra stuff when you're already swamped.
Yeah, like putting up a do not disturb sign for your mental space.
Exactly. It's about protecting your time and energy.
So you can focus on what's important.
Right.
I like it.
Yeah.
What else have we got in this stress-busting toolkit?
One thing that often gets overlooked is nutrition.
What we eat.
Yep. The food we put in our bodies can really affect how we feel mentally and emotionally.
So ditch the sugar and go for the brain-boosting foods.
Exactly. Whole grains, fruits, veggies, lean protein. They give our brains the nutrients they need.
To stay focused and energized.
And less stressed out.
I knew those late-night pizza binges weren't doing me any favors.
Uh-huh. And don't forget about sleep.
Oh yeah, sleep is everything.
One source said it's like hitting the reset button for your brain.
Oh, I like that.
It lets our bodies and minds recover so we're more resilient to stress.
So basically prioritize those is easy.
Absolutely. Try to have a regular sleep schedule. Do something relaxing before bed.
Okay.
Keep your bedroom cool and dark and no distractions.
No more scrolling through social media in bed. Got it.
Good. So we've talked about movement, mindfulness, connection, boundaries, nutrition, and sleep.
That's a lot.
It's a whole toolkit.
Wow.
And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about finding what works for you.
Right, like a personalized stress management plan.
Yeah, it's like a choose your own adventure for feeling good.
I love that. So we're in control of our own stress.
Absolutely. It's about building a life that feels more balanced.
More joyful, more resilient. So we've got all these great coping strategies.
We do.
But what if we need, like, extra help?
Yeah, sometimes stress throws you a curveball you just can't handle on your own.
Right.
That's when you might want to think about getting professional help.
Yeah, one source I read said therapists and counselors.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't just for big problems. They can help with everyday stress, too.
Yeah, it's like having a personal trainer, but for your mind.
Oh, I like that.
They can give you guidance, tools, and techniques to deal with challenges and build up your emotional strength.
And it's important to remember that asking for help is a good thing.
It is.
It shows you're taking care of yourself.
Absolutely. It's like going to the doctor for a checkup.
Right.
Sometimes we need a professional to figure out what's going on.
And, you know, the sources also talked a lot about the importance of community.
Oh, yeah, we're social creatures.
We need to feel connected to other people.
A study found that people who have strong social connections,
Okay.
they tend to be more resilient to stress and even have better physical health.
So it's like having a support system. Yeah. A group of people who get you and can encourage you when things get tough.
Exactly. And it's not just about getting support, it's about giving it too.
Oh, that's a good point.
Helping others can actually make you feel better and give you a sense of purpose.
So basically helping others helps us. That's awesome.
It is. And before we wrap up, I want to go back to that 3-step method we talked about.
Yeah, it was a good one.
It's so helpful for managing your emotions in the moment.
Okay, let's recap those steps one more time.
All right, step 1. Identify the feeling. What is it that you're feeling right now?
Got it.
Step 2. Validate the feeling. It's okay to feel this way. No judgment, just acceptance.
Okay.
And step 3, take one small action to care for that feeling. Maybe take a deep breath, go for a walk, or talk to a friend.
Right. Just do something to help yourself feel better.
Exactly. It's like a little toolkit you can carry with you everywhere.
And the more you use it, the easier it gets.
Absolutely.
So to wrap things up, taking care of your mind is just as important as taking care of your body.
It's about making those little efforts every day to feel good mentally and emotionally.
And remember, you're not alone in this.
There are resources, people who care, and strategies that can help you thrive.
So if you're struggling, don't be afraid to reach out for support.
Talk to a friend, family member, or a mental health professional.
There are people who want to help.
And be kind to yourself.
We all have good days and bad days.
That's totally normal.
So embrace your imperfections, celebrate your strengths, and keep moving forward.
We hope this deep dive gave you some helpful ideas and tools to feel better.
If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell your friends.
And if you want to support the show, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Jamie McAllister.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and remember, you got this.